My name is Nuala O'Connor and I am the author of the book Tap Into Success. Tap Into Success contains my program called Tap Into Success. And essentially the program is about retuning our mind, body and soul to reach its greatest potential. How do we do that? Well, believe it or not, it's as simple as retuning a radio station. All we got to do, and science is telling us this, is change our thoughts. That can be difficult when most of our thoughts are subconscious. In fact, 95% or thereabouts of all our thinking is done subconsciously. Now that's fine when those subconscious thoughts are helping us to drive a car, to walk, to sit, to read, to write. They're all subconscious thoughts, automatic subconscious thoughts. The difficulty is when we have negative subconscious thoughts and beliefs that are affecting our state of health and well-being. Could be affecting your job status, could be affecting your performance at work, at home. That's what negative subconscious thinking can do. Some of our habits could be purely automatic at this stage and they're not helping us. We can change them. We can change everything in our life by retuning our thoughts. One thing to remember is that every single thought or action that you do subconsciously and you do automatically, you actually learnt consciously at one point in your life. So we can consciously retune all our thoughts and beliefs, even the ones that are subconscious, by using the steps in this book and by watching this video. Let me tell you the steps of Tap Into Success. The first step is all about taking our negative thoughts, beliefs that we're aware of, or habits, or stress states, or pain that we feel in our body, and turning it into an I truly positive present tense statement. Now, that might sound like a mouthful. It sort of is, but it's exactly what it is. I say in my book that we can literally take and wave a magic wand and we can transform our thoughts. Here's how you do it. So say, for example, the thought is that I'm totally stressed, or I just can't seem to calm down. Wave the wand and turn that around. No negative words in it, no negative thoughts in it, and it's very simply, I truly am calm. Now you might think, I am no more calm. I am so far from calm, it's not funny. And that's perfectly okay. You don't have to be calm right now. The step is to take the statement and to turn it around. Whether you believe it or not, this is what, if you could wave a magic wand, this is what you want. So that's what we're going to do. We're creating our ideal statement. And the law of attraction tells us we get what we think. So let's think positive and let's get positive. Step 2 in the program of Tap Into Success is rating that I truly positive present tense statement for ourselves. It's taking a marker, and I use the scale of progress. I created this scale of progress, but it is adapted from Sylvia Hartman's SU scale. That's the subjective units of experience scale. And her scale goes from -10 to 0 to +10. My scale is much shorter. It's -5 to 0 to +5. And I call it the scale of progress because we're actually using it to mark our progress as we tap, which comes later in the program. So you take your statement that you just made, I truly am calm, and you look at this scale and you say, okay, where does my eye fall? How true is this statement for me right now? Probably not very true, given that the statement that you originally had was that you were very stressed, that you just couldn't get calm. Say, okay, this statement is, I'm probably around a -5, a -4. I don't feel very calm. That's fine, that's absolutely perfect. Maybe even by rating it on a scale, you're saying, no, I think I'm about a -2 or -1 right now. I'm not very stressed. Sometimes you will be very stressed, other times you won't. Now we're going to move on to the third step in my program of Tap into Success. And for this, we actually are going to tune into our power centers. I call it the power center because it's the area where we have an awful lot going on. We have the liver, the gallbladder, the adrenals, the kidneys, part of the small intestine, part of the large intestine, all in this area, the spleen, the stomach, all living in this area between the diaphragm and the belly button. That's one small area there, contains an awful lot of the organs that we need to stay healthy. By tapping in here, we're just taking a moment. Now when I tap in here, I tend to put my less dominant hand first, my dominant hand on top of that, the less dominant hand more able to connect in, the dominant hand, the protector hand on the outside. I take 3 breaths. I say my truly positive present tense statement. I truly am calm. I truly am calm. I truly am calm. Step 4 in the program of Tap into Success is tapping. It's the advanced form of tapping where we tap 2 different but related meridians at the same time. Meridians are energy pathways that we have in our body. We actually have 14 main ones and they run down both sides of our body. So it makes sense to tap them on both sides of our body. So that's what I do. But I tap 2 related, different but related meridians. When I say related, I don't know if you've ever heard of the yin-yang meridian system. It's where 2 meridians basically work together, nearly like polar energies, but when they work together, they help balance out our whole energy system and they give us energy. When one, in kinesiology, when I'm working with somebody, if one's out, I tend to possibly work on the other if I need to bring the one that's out back into balance. Meridians. It's an exceptionally interesting system and one that I have discovered to be unbelievably effective for reducing stress and retuning all our energies and all our statements and all our thoughts and all our beliefs very quickly. Because what are we doing? When we tap these points, we're sending little pulses of energy up through the meridians, which I believe are retuning the meridian lines right up and bringing them into balance together, the yin and yang together. We're adding in our I truly positive present tense statement. That statement is an energy frequency in itself. So that's the frequency. We're saying that as we're doing the tapping and we're retuning, that's what I said about the radio, twisting it, we're retuning all our vibrations of all our yin yang meridians and all our thoughts and everything else, all our whole energies to the frequency of the positive statement that we're saying. So let's try it. We've done our breathing, we've rated our statement, and now we're going to tap. I begin by tapping here. I truly am calm. And then tap the other side. I truly am calm. Next 2 points are just under the nose and on the crease of the chin. I truly am calm. And then switch the hands over. I truly am calm. Next 2 points, one on the inside of the eye, just right there, 2 fingers, and the other is just under the collarbone and slightly out from the sternum on the soft part there, before you get to the ribs. I truly am calm. And then switch them over. I truly am calm. And then we slide these 2 fingers out to the outer edge of the eye, just on the bone there as well. These 2 fingers come under the chest, still on the ribs, up about a rib or 2, just there, tapping, I truly am calm. And then switch them over. I truly am calm. And then slide out just to in front of the ear, just nib there, and the little finger on this hand. I truly am calm. Switch them over. I truly am calm. Then I come up to the edge of the eyebrow, the outer edge of the eyebrow, and tap then on the pad of the middle finger with the thumb. I truly am calm. And then switch them over. Outer edge of the eyebrow, just above it, and the little finger, thumb to little finger, tap, tap. I truly am calm. And slide the 2 fingers that were up on the edge of the eyebrow under the eye. The other hand, you can cup either all the fingers together or just 2 and tap under the arm. I truly am calm. And switch them over. I truly am calm. Then slide these 2 fingers that were under the eye on the crease of the nose. The other hand is just, say you had a brass strap or braces on with a brass strap as well, just slightly down from the shoulder on the soft part, in from the blade. I truly am calm. And then switch them over again. I truly am calm. And then come back under the nose, on the crease of the chin. I truly am calm. And then switch the hands again. I truly am calm. And then come back. I always finish back at the karate chop point. I truly am calm. I truly am calm. To finish the tapping round, place your hands back on the solar plexus. Remember, less dominant hand first, dominant hand on top of that. Take 3 deep breaths. I truly am calm. I truly am calm. I truly am calm. And then finish by taking another reading on the scale of progress. So how far have you progressed? Please don't worry if you feel, oh my goodness, I haven't moved at all, or I really don't feel any calmness. That is absolutely fine. This is the first time you've tried Two Meridian Tapping. And just like dancing, just like learning to play an instrument, just like learning to drive, learning to walk, we won't get it perfect the first time. So just rate where you are in the scale. Some people may feel that they've moved right up the scale. You may feel you've moved a little bit up the scale. It doesn't matter. It's a marker. It's to help you see how far you have gone with just 1 round of Two Meridian Tapping. And now you can either choose to go again and do another round of tapping, do 3 rounds of tapping. I tend to do 2 to 3 rounds of tapping without stopping and looking at the scale. After I get back to the karate chop point, off I go again with the points, and I'll do it 2 or 3 times before I stop, put my hands back on the solar plexus, and then take my reading. If you're having difficulty with this system, please don't hesitate to contact me. Throw me an email and I'll get right back to you. I believe everyone can benefit from this process, and it's my mission to help everybody to benefit from this process. Thanks, and thanks for trying Tap into Success.